We all know that one person who never posts anything. No selfies, no updates, no just chilling stories. Their profile picture might still be from 2017, or worse, just a gray icon. And yet somehow, they're the most interesting person in the room. You don't know what they're up to, but you want to know. So what's the deal? Why do some people stay quiet online? And what does that say about them? Well, as it turns out, the psychology of people who don't post is actually pretty fascinating. Number 1, they value privacy and power. In psychology, there's a concept called information control. It basically means the less people know about you, the more control you have over how they see you. When you don't share every detail of your life, you create mystery, and mystery naturally attracts curiosity. Take actor Robert Pattinson, for example. He's famous, but he's rarely on social media. No flashy posts, no daily updates. Yet, every time he appears in public, people pay attention because he doesn't overshare. That's the paradox of privacy. The more you keep to yourself, the more people want to know. And that quiet confidence, it's magnetic. Number 2, they don't need external validation. Here's something we don't talk about enough. Social media is built around validation loops. You post, people react, your brain gets dopamine, you post again. But people who don't post regularly, they've stepped out of that cycle. They don't need likes or comments to feel seen. A 2023 study by the University of Pennsylvania found that people who took even a week-long break from social media reported higher self-esteem and lower anxiety because they stopped depending on digital approval for emotional stability. Think about someone like Daniel Day-Lewis, one of the greatest actors ever. No social media, zero public presence. He disappears between films. He doesn't need validation because his work and his peace are enough. That's real self-assurance. Not the loud kind, but the quiet kind that doesn't need an audience. Number 3, they're observers, not performers. Here's where the psychology gets interesting. People who don't post much often fall into what's called observer personality types. They're the kind of people who prefer to watch, analyze, and understand before they act. They pick up on tone, energy, and patterns that most people miss because they're not busy performing for attention. Think of Keira Knightley. She's known for being private and introverted, but when she speaks, it's thoughtful, intentional, and powerful. That's the observer mindset. Fewer words, more meaning. In social media terms, they're the ones who scroll silently, but notice everything. And because they're not chasing reactions, they actually understand people better. Number 4, they separate real life from online life. Not posting doesn't mean someone's antisocial. It often means they separate their personal identity from their digital identity. They live life firsthand, not through a camera lens. They don't need to prove they went to the gym or the party because they were too busy actually being there. Actor Cillian Murphy is a great example. No Instagram, no Twitter. He said he doesn't want his face all over the internet because it ruins the mystery of his characters. He wants his work to speak louder than his image. People like that often have stronger mental boundaries. They know that privacy isn't secrecy, it's peace. Number 5, they're confident in silence. Here's the final truth. People who don't post aren't hiding. They're just centered. They're not trying to impress. They're not trying to be mysterious on purpose. They just don't feel the need to broadcast their every moment. And that's confidence at its purest. Because the loudest person in the room isn't always the most secure one. Sometimes, it's the quiet one who already knows who they are. So the next time you notice someone who never posts, don't assume they're boring or antisocial. Chances are, they're just living life without needing everyone to see it. Because in a world where everyone's performing, privacy is power. And silence, that's the new flex.